Welcome to Sports and Stuff Show. I'm your host, Patrick Haggerty, and I'm here with my guest, Stan Talouis.
What's going on, bud?
I heard someone say Stan Talouis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That's not
bad. You've heard Talouis? Is it Talouis?
I don't think I have a preference.
Okay.
I think either is
What is it? What's the pronunciation?
Talouis?
Talouis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel closer than Talouis. Yeah.
I've heard people have fucked it up.
Yeah.
I've heard somebody said Talouis once.
Stan the man.
But,
That's all I care to call you. Is Stan the man. That's all I care about. I don't care about what your actual name is.
Yeah,
Stan the man to me.
I've been Stan the man since I was like 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's
Once
clear.
you have the name,
Once your name's Stan.
Yeah.
Is it Stanley?
Yeah.
Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley the Manly.
Yeah, that's me.
And Manly Stanley.
I've gotten that too.
Yeah, Manly
There's
Stanley.
like one person that calls me that.
Now it's 2, baby.
Yeah, now it's 2.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good. Man.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, of course.
I know it's a 5-floor walk up. You still got that former athlete in you though, because some people come here and they're like, I need 15 minutes to recover. Yeah. But you were like, I'm good. So
I mean, I felt it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I am almost 40.
Right.
So,
Oh yeah.
It was funny. We went. We went to a party the other night, my fiance and I, because her show opened and they had an after party, and we were dancing. That was like Thursday night. Friday, I was at work. I was broken. Even until late. The party ended at like 12:30. And like Friday I went to work and my knees were killing me. Yeah. Like I was tired. I felt every bit of my age.
Mm-hmm. Where was the party? What kind of party was it?
It was like swanky, dude. It was like an after party for a Broadway show.
Yeah. So you were standing a lot, I bet.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about.
We sat a little bit.
That's a good. Okay. Yeah. But the good thing about stand up is even when you're out late, a lot of it's still sitting down. You're up for your set, but then everything else is total sit down situation. So
sometimes I lay down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah. And you're like, and that's cool. You know, it's like, being a cool comic is always a good thing. So yeah. So if you're a lot of times I'll be like at an open mic or something, and if it's not my set, I'll be like this. I'll be like really lounging. Yeah.
You ever fall asleep at an open mic?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
I fell asleep at the back of I fell asleep at Otto Shrunken Head once.
Yeah.
That was real comfortable. I used to do some late mics. I remember somebody used to run like a midnight mic somewhere on like 14th Street. I can't remember. I think it was maybe Jimmy Peoples. It was like super late, and like back then, I used to work. I had regular working hours, but I was like, I had tools with me, so I'd like go around the city. Like I was a Wi-Fi technician.
Yeah, so you had tools with you. All the comedians you were with, right?
Yeah. So I remember it was like a midnight mic. I forget where it was, and like I had my big ass book bag, and like I just kind of propped it up behind me and passed out for like 45 minutes because like that's just what you did. What, I mean, or still do, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, even for this one, the one I just described, I got there 40 minutes early, and it started a half hour late. So I was like, I was there.
You were there for like an hour and a half.
I was there for an hour and a half before it even started, and then I was there another hour and a half before my set. So I was like, this fucking sucks. But I was like chilling hard.
Yeah.
I will say, like I didn't hide that I was trying to be comfortable because I'd sit one place and I'd be pretty comfortable there, have my leg up on another chair and like really lounging hard, and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go change position. So I would I changed seats like 5 times, and I was like, I don't care, man. Like I'm here for an hour and a half. This is where I am, dude. Like I'm gonna treat this like it's my bedroom.
Now,
yeah. I'm gonna hang out. Yeah, we're watching some spring training baseball.
I love spring training because it's like there's a lot of these guys that aren't gonna make the opening day roster or like they're not gonna make the majors at all. It's like, oh, what weird tidbit are you gonna tell me about this guy that I'm never gonna see ever again? Dude,
the Yankees. I forget who they were playing exactly. I think it was the Blue Jays, and it was some minor leaguer on the Blue Jays who's 5'4". I was like, damn, dude, that guy is small. Like, so Jose Altuve is 5'6", which I'm 5'6" as well.
So am I.
And there is kind of like there's a different. Just you see them by themselves, they're short. You know a 5'6" guy is short just by his proportions.
When you see him next to somebody who's like
really
average height.
Yeah. You're like
for a major leaguer.
Yeah. You're like, oh shit, that guy's really short.
You
see it, but 5'4", I'm like that guy, and he was just standing next to the third base coach. He wasn't standing next to like Giancarlo Stanton. Third base coaches are usually like guys guys who aren't like tippy top major.
Yeah,
they were probably major leaguers, but only barely.
Yeah.
So he was probably like 6'1". This guy looked like he was a legal midget next to this guy. I was like, holy shit, this guy is tiny.
You ever see Altuve next to like I've seen him next to Judge.
Yeah.
I've seen him next to Stanton. He looks tiny when he's like
Yeah.
But like. Don't you have
his proportions are good though?
Yeah,
he looks like a mega athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
like Dustin Pedroia wasn't tall either.
No.
He was like 5'9", 5'10".
Right, but yeah, but that's a lot taller than 5'6". Like, and I know, like, obviously, I'm biased to the point of like 5'9" is average height for a person.
Yeah.
For like a male.
Yeah.
5'6". So 5'6" even is actually a line also, because 5'6" is at least the average height of a woman.
Yeah.
So that guy is taller than a lot of women.
Yeah.
A 5'6" guy is taller than a lot of women. A 5'4" guy, that's pretty short.
Yeah, it's
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Yeah. We're a couple 5'6" guys.
Couple short
5'6" is a different. There is a different level below 5'6", where it's like you're short.
Yeah.
Like that's
if you're like it's at the point. If you're shorter than me, it's like, oh, okay.
That's a small dude.
You're little.
A small dude.
Like I can bully you.
Yeah. Right. 5'6". I remember there was a running back who was 5'6" in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are fucking units.
What the fuck was his name? There was a couple. Actually, no. I think the one you're thinking of, he played for the Chargers, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you everything about him except for his name.
Right.
I know he went to Northern Illinois. Mm-hmm. He was a Bear. He was a Charger.
He looked like a bear, dude.
Yeah.
But he was a unit.
Yeah.
He was like 220 pounds, 5'6", 220. He is gigantic.
Yeah.
You know, like there's not a bit of fat on him.
Yeah.
Like he's a perfect specimen for a 5'6" guy. You know, because he has to be. He can't have any imperfection on him if he's that small. But I will say, so what I would have said before I saw this 5'4" dude is 5'6" is like the limit. For pro athletes, but I see this 5'4" dude. For one thing, he's not a major leaguer, so I'll wait until he's actually a major leaguer.
But technically,
Triple A. He's Triple A.
He's still a professional athlete.
He's a pro athlete, and he's really close. If he's into Triple A,
you're like,
if an injury,
exactly.
If the right injury happens, he'll be up in May. You know, like there's a good chance. But even more to the point of like. The variable is that he's Mexican. So
okay.
Yeah. So you know, like that.
Yeah.
So he's average height.
Yeah.
He's tall for.
Do you have to be tall to be a pitcher? You think?
That's what they say. I mean, Stroman's 5'7".
Yeah.
That's short for a pitcher.
Yeah.
That's that's really short for a pitcher.
Pedro Martinez was like 5'9".
Yeah, 5'9".
Yeah. You don't like he was skinny.
Yeah, skinny, and he had big hands.
Yeah,
that was his thing. Is that he had
you ever
big
see
hands.
when he does that thing where he'll I don't know if he does it anymore, but he'll show you like the subtleties and like the grips.
Yeah,
like how he grips a pitch and how it changes. It's insane.
Oh yeah, well that was his thing, right?
He would do it like
mid wind up.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like his leg would already his other leg, but his leg would be up, and he'd like his hand would be like almost in the motion of going forward, and he changes. It's
crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's when you have a hand that big.
Yeah.
Because even think of, like, you know, like I think of fielding a grounder, and even just adjusting it from that palm ball that you have into the actual throwing motion.
Yeah.
That's hard because you're kind of like throwing it slightly. You're throwing it in your hand. So to do that for my tiny hands is pretty much is often impossible.
Yeah.
Like it often is I make a mistake.
Yeah.
But since his hands are so big, he's able to do that the same way that I'd be able to like adjust a tennis ball or a golf, like not a golf ball, but like a tennis ball. Yeah. You know, it's a lot easier to adjust it mid throw.
The thing about like I feel like if you're batting, being short isn't a disadvantage.
Right.
Because like I remember one of my cousins played CYO baseball. And there was a kid on the team who was, I mean, they were already little because they were kids, but like this kid was like real little.
Yeah.
And his on base percentage was wild because he walked every single at bat because his strike zone was so small.
Yeah.
He would do this thing. It was so funny. He was like little and nerdy. Yeah. He would like kind of do this thing where he dips a little bit.
Yeah, butt out. Yeah.
And like every time he did it, it would be a ball. I don't think
How old was
this was they might have been 12.
12. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So old enough to have athletic talent.
Yeah. He did not.
Oh, okay.
His dad was the coach.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're short, there is less like the fulcrum of your strength.
Yeah.
Capabilities becomes much less.
Yeah.
So if you have like long arms, all you have to do is like do that,
Yeah.
and your elbow is just whipping through,
Right.
like you're whipping through the zone in such a way that it just adds to your strength because you're taller and longer.
And there's more torque.
Yeah,
so you're hitting the ball hard.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right, you're hitting it harder most likely. Even you look at Altuve, and he's kind of putting his entire body into it. You know, that's the way he swings. He's a perfect hitter.
Yeah.
Which is why he has power, and which is why he is so good.
Yeah.
Because he's whipping his entire body through the zone at all times. And to do that is one thing. To do that and make contact on a consistent basis is another thing. And you have to be basically a perfect hitter.
You know who was like that?
What?
Alfonso Soriano was like that.
Yeah.
Alfonso Soriano's like his swing would come from here.
Yeah.
And it was like a whip.
Yeah.
It was coming around so quickly, and if you made contact, the shoe was out.
Yeah, his hips. He had like you said, like that torque in his hips was just like such a like a whip.
Yeah.
Like,
Sheffield was like that.
Yeah. Sheffield was a beast.
Yeah.
Sheffield was a beast. He just you know, I remember he said, the reason like he did the thing, he said the reason for that is I did that because of the timing. It's a timing mechanism, which is true, but it also created this like slingshot effect where he was down this way. Mm-hmm. So the only way for him to put the bat through the zone was to slam it through the zone. Yeah. So I'm sure it was because of timing, and then it just so happened to have the effect of creating this insane amount of torque.
I remember when he signed with the Braves. This was like, I guess, early 2000s, maybe. Yeah, it was like early 2000s. Because even now, I can't remember where he played before that. I just remember him as a Brave and a Yankee.
Well, he was a Marlin in '97.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. Because I remember when he was with the Braves, and they started doing commercials with it was like TNT commercials, because the Braves played on TNT because Ted Turner, Atlanta, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He would do these commercials where he would grip the bat, and like he was gripping it so hard, like the wood would like he was like sand, like he was like sanding the bat. And it was like, this guy is gonna murder us. And he did. His son is
whipping
is
it around.
Right?
Sheffield?
Yeah, isn't Justice Sheffield?
Oh, Justice Sheffield was a pitcher. Justice Sheffield was I don't think he's related to Gary Sheffield.
No?
Yeah, Justice Sheffield was in the James Paxton trade. So the Yankees had him in their minor league system. They traded Justice Sheffield. I don't think Justice Sheffield is related.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't think he's related to Gary Sheffield. Yeah. But Gary does have a son, but I think it's a different Sheffield.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Mr. Sheffield from The Nanny.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm glad to have you on. You're the most famous Mets fan I know.
I'm not. You know what's funny? Someone just sent me they had this this event at Citi Field for their vendors, like the new food vendors and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Where was my invite?
Right.
I was literally like, I wear a tuxedo to the games. Like,
you're
such bullshit.
You're super Mets fan. Yeah. I love that thing. What it was in the newspaper, right?
I was on ESPN.
You were on ESPN.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Not a proud moment. Yeah. Because it was.
They lost.
Yeah, it was game 1 of the wild card series against the Padres.
Okay, at least it wasn't game 3.
No, I didn't go to game 3.
You didn't go to the elimination game.
No.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was game 1. At that point, we were already down like 7-1.
Yeah.
And then the clip. I have the clip. It was like I'm behind. Someone's behind me, and like I was in the 7-line seats. So that's, if you're not familiar, that's like in left field. Mm-hmm. So the left field bleachers, like section like 101 or 104 or something like that. So
good seats.
Yeah, really good seats.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in it. You know me. I'm not leaving until the game is over. You never know. An 8-run rally, like crazy things can happen.
Sure, yeah.
So all of a sudden my phone starts blowing up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And then it's all text messages and like screenshots and like video. People like, you're on TV. I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
I would rather nobody know I was here and we win than to be down 7-1 in like the the 6th inning or whatever the fuck it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad.
Yeah. That was a rough one to go to. Well, it's funny that happened to you because my brother, it was 2003 World Series. He was in the newspaper for being decked out.
Really?
You know, like same idea. Like he was wearing like his Yankee hat that was like bleached from being so old.
Yeah.
Like it was so old that it had lost all of its blue, and he was in jersey and Yankee shirt, and he had he had the eye black, and he was decked out. I think he might have been wearing one of the Yankee top hats also on top of another hat. So he was in the newspaper, but the Yankees got eliminated from the World Series in that game. It was like shit. Like
that was against the Marlins, right?
It was against the Marlins. Yeah. He went to that game and he was in the newspaper, and that is especially it's true of both. If you're writing a story about the game, you're like, well, we can't write about the game.
Right. Yeah.
They fucking lost.
Yeah.
So we don't have anything like that. So it's going to happen like, oh, look, this guy was having a great time, huh? Yeah. Well, and it's funny that you said that you didn't leave. Me and Nick Carroll were talking about just that a few weeks ago. How, especially for a playoff game.
Yeah, you can't leave.
I'm like, I paid some money on this ticket.
Also,
like,
that
I ain't leaving.
Yeah. You can't leave. Like,
and especially, where else are you going?
Right.
Like, I plan to be here all the whole game.
You gonna ride the train by yourself? Sad.
Right. Like if you go to a regular game, like regular season game, and they're losing by a bunch, you think, I could go to do a show. I could go to do this or that. For a playoff game, you're thinking, this is all I'm doing. Like, I'm hoping to be partying afterwards for the celebration. Like that's the hope. So yeah, there's no plans after.
Have you ever left a game and then your team came back and won?
Yeah, but I think it was more for the Giants that I've had that happen to me. I guess I don't have any real strong memories of that because I think anytime it would happen, I'd be like, great.
Yeah.
I would still be happy.
Yeah.
I would still be like, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Well, I went to a Mets game years ago with an old friend. We were not friends anymore. Fuck that guy.
And this is why. No.
Yeah. It was me, him, and I think his uncle or something like that. And his uncle was kind of older, and it was a Mets game. I don't remember who they were playing against, but it was tied or we were down. I can't remember which, but we left to beat traffic. I hate the people that do that. I hate people that leave to beat traffic. It was like, then why did you come?
Right.
Don't come if you wanted to beat traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's going to be traffic.
Yeah, there'll be more traffic if you leave early sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we left early and we had the game on the radio. And I never forget, it was Angel Pagan hit a game-winning double. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's rough.
That would have been cool to see.
Yeah. That's a rough reason, too, to beat traffic. Yeah, that would be bad. So to beat traffic, that's bad. Because, to beat traffic to get to what?
Yeah.
Home? To home? Really?
Yeah.
It's one thing, there have been times I've gotten Yankee tickets and then let's say it's a 1:00 game, and then it's I need to be somewhere at 4.
Sure.
For something, right?
Yeah.
So it's I gotta leave early, for an actual thing, an obligation that I have to be there.
Yeah.
So I leave at 3. I might hear, that it was a great game.
Sure.
I think, I
that's
had to fucking be somewhere.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I'm glad they won.
Yeah.
But if it's just for traffic, then you're sitting home and you're like, now what? Now what am I doing? I'm just home now. Yeah. I could have been home an hour later and been really fucking stoked. Yeah.
I went to the Pinstripe Bowl in December.
Yeah.
I ran into John Fox.
Yeah.
He's a big Rutgers guy.
Right.
So Miami was playing Rutgers and went to the Pinstripe Bowl.
That's funny. John Fox was there, and Nick Carroll was telling me about a game that he went the Stadium Series for the Rangers.
Yeah.
And John Fox was there also. John Fox that guy loves ball. That guy loves sports.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, we're a section away from each other. Mm-hmm. So whatever. But that day, it was right around Christmas, and my fiance had gotten us these. She surprised me. She didn't tell me what it was. She was actually. Did she tell me? I think I knew. We had to go to Hoboken. We had to be in Hoboken by I think it was 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or something like that. Mm-hmm. So the Pinstripe Bowl started at 2 or 3, and we were like, all right, if the game moves quickly, We should be out of here. Warning, drag power.
From one of our AA players. Yeah.
So yeah, we were. It was like, all right, if the game moves quickly, we could be out of here in time. And like, I was like, if the game sucks too, like it would like the weather wasn't the best. It was kind of cold. It was a little misty. So it's getting to be like the third quarter, and we're like emailing them. We're like, hey, look, we're coming from the Bronx, so we have to be in Hoboken. We're like, we know how long it'll take to get there, and we're like, all right, trying to figure it out. And I'm like, all right, but then at one point, Miami was down like 2 scores, and I was like, we can go. It was like the fourth quarter. And then Miami scored, and it was like, oh shit. And then like Rutgers scored again, I think, and it was like, all right, we can go.
Yeah.
If they were winning, I'd have been like, okay.
Right. Yeah. Even for like a game like that, so a specialty game where you don't want to leave early because it's like I paid some money on these tickets, that kind of stuff. But if you have something to do and they're losing, and like, you were planning on staying the whole game, but you have something to do and they're losing big-ish, you're like, all right.
I'm glad we left.
Let's give ourselves some time. Let's make it nice and easy to get to where we got to go. Yeah.
I'm glad we left too, because it was like it was just like it was you ever heard of Hudson Table?
What is it?
Hudson Table.
Yeah. No.
So it's like this. They have it in Brooklyn and in Hoboken. So tickets are hard to get, and it's basically like they get these like actual chefs and they do this like a cooking competition. It's like what is that, Iron Chef?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Iron Chef, but like you're the judge.
Oh,
it's pretty cool. So
yeah,
it's a lot of food. They brought over, they did like I think it was like 3 courses, and like it was they had to use like crazy ingredients. Somebody made like it was like some kind of fish. I think it was a mahi with like he used like potato chips as a crust. It was really dope.
Oh, nice.
So
did they win?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
that's who you like. That's who you voted for.
Somebody won.
Somebody won.
So,
yeah. But you pay, it's just a regular dinner. Like you're having a dinner.
Yeah.
And also it's a competition.
Yeah,
also you're a judge of a competition.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So where's
it was in Hoboken.
It's in Hoboken. Oh, it's in Hoboken.
Yeah, it didn't take that long to get to. It was easy, it was easy
that's
to get
awesome.
to.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
We if there's leftovers, you get to keep the leftovers and things like that.
Yeah. But then you have to judge the leftovers. Like, does it hold up? You know?
Well,
how is it at microwave? You know?
Probably not as good.
Fine.
I didn't
you have to vote after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just emailed them.
Oh, you ate it all?
Yeah.
You didn't have any leftover.
The only thing I didn't eat, they made this one guy made like this banana ice cream, and I don't like bananas. And I saw him do it, and I was like, I'm just gonna let you run it. I told him right now, because you could walk up to him and like taste stuff, and like you can try, and like I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Whatever you do with those bananas, I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah.
He's like, why not? I was like, I don't like bananas. Yeah. He's like, no, you probably like this one. I was like, no, I'm not gonna like it.
Did you not like it?
I did not like it.
Yeah. So you just don't like bananas?
No. It's mostly a texture thing. But because in my mind, I've never liked them. Or I used to like them.
For sure.
Like, it's not even the texture anymore. It's the texture and the taste and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, one time I went to a baby shower, and there was like a baby shower game where you get all the guys, like not all the guys, but a few guys, they'll sit down blindfolded, and then they have to like taste baby food, and like, or I don't know if they have to tell you you have to tell them what it is, or you have to eat it all. But I was like, as long as it's not banana, I'm fine.
Right. And
it was banana. Of course. And I almost puked.
Oh my god.
It was. I was like, I cannot.
Well, because my brother is like, he hates banana, but it's more like he's like 1/10 allergic to it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like it makes his tongue itchy kind of thing. Like it's not a big deal, but you know.
That's what I should have said. I should just.
Yeah, he'd be like, hey, I'm kind of a. Well, that's what a lot of people. That's funny you say that. I used to work at a Mexican restaurant, and a lot of people hate cilantro, and they said, "Oh, I'm allergic." It's like you're not fucking allergic.
No,
you just don't like it.
Yeah.
Like just say you don't. But
there's like
but it
percentage
is
of people that.
But to be fair, that's how you. We're not going to put it in your food if you say you're allergic because we don't want to kill you.
It's like that weird percentage of people that like, to them, no matter, there was something in their brain or their taste buds or whatever, cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah.
I don't. It's like I don't. It's not. It's like a random percentage of people that are like that.
And and it is easier to say I'm allergic rather than. So I'm one of those weird percentage of people who taste weird. Like,
if you don't know, don't know that,
where not only does it taste weird, it makes my food taste like soap. Can you please not put it in? And if they explained it that way, I'd be like, that's fair.
Yeah.
But they just say I'm allergic.
I used to say I was allergic to fish when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I told people I was allergic to fish because I don't like fish bones.
Yeah.
I choked on a fish bone one time when I was like 6.
Right.
And I was like, well, I guess I'm allergic. I don't want this.
Well, there was one time my mom made steak and she made it like pretty like fairly rare, and I was like a little kid, so I just didn't chew it well enough. So I was like, I had it in my throat, and my mom just like went up to me and she just reached her fingers down my throat and pulled it out because like I had chewed. It was like a big enough piece, and also like half of it was in my throat and half of it was out.
Yeah.
And she just like. And from then on for a while I was like I want to have like those really thin cuts of steak I want them cooked. And then it was probably within the past probably less than 10 years I was like, all right, I think I can get around the mental block.
How do you order your steaks now?
I would probably so steaks I might be okay with like a little bit of a rare steak. I don't order steaks much.
Okay.
Like from restaurants. So burgers. My fiance is a chef, and she told me. So this is good knowledge for everyone here, everyone listening too. You're not supposed to really get it rare a burger because it's raw. It's chopped meat.
Yeah.
So the inside is like raw meat, and so if you cook the outside, it's cooked. But the inside isn't cooked yet, so you should really get it medium or more.
Yeah,
like you can like medium rare is okay, but the problem with medium rare is that if they fuck it up just a little bit, then it's rare, and then it's bad for you. You know, so But that's the deal with burgers. But yeah, I should order a steak. Because I have no idea how I eat a steak anymore.
So like with me, it depends. It depends where I am.
Yeah,
like like most steakhouses, most places, I'll get it rare. Right. Because like by the time I went to Peter Luger's and I ordered it rare. The thing is the plate is so hot, you can still kind of like sear it a little bit, so it won't be as rare by the time it gets to you. And like most places, when you order a rare steak, they'll bring it medium rare because it's still cooking by the time it comes out to you.
Right.
But like sometimes you'll go to a place that's like legit and you ask for it rare, they're giving it to you. We went to Denver, and it was just like it's called like Buckhorn or something like that, Buckhorn Steakhouse, and it's like legit. Yeah, I ordered and like just like I like to order black and blue. Like I'm talking about sear it, bring it out to me. Yeah. When I tell you this thing was still cold on the inside, I was like, oh okay, you guys aren't fucking around. Yeah. So that I'll call the server over. I was like. It's kind of embarrassing at that point. You're like, I know I tried to be a man.
Yeah, but that's not rare. That's raw. Yeah, there's a difference between.
I should not have said black and blue because like most of the time when I order black and blue, it's still kind of cooked. Right. And I'm like, that's fine. Which I'm okay with that. But I know
I have a similar problem when I get my hair cut, where I say nothing off the top. Yeah, like don't touch the top. Yeah. Because if I tell them to do a little bit, they're like they like hack it off. You know, I'm like, so don't do anything to the top. And then sometimes they'll like do it too much, like what I said, and now I have like not even a fade, just like what Forrest Gump had, which is like no hair here and just like a burnt. Yeah.
I got a haircut the other day, and like I told them a little bit off the top, and it took a little too much, but
right. I can't. Right, yeah. I was like nothing off the top. Yeah, and even when I say nothing off the top, they still take a little bit off.
You know what
top.
You do? Try this, and I've done this depending on the barber. Yeah, I tell them, I ask for a fade. I'm like, just clean up the top.
Right.
Tell them to clean up the top.
Oh, for sure.
Then it'll be like because you want them to take a little bit off. Yeah, but a little bit off to them is like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I'm experimenting with haircuts for the wedding.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea. So I should start doing that too.
Yeah.
Because like actually the best haircut, one of the best haircuts I've ever gotten has been when I said I just want to trim.
Yeah.
And I didn't even tell them what kind of trim. They're like, got it.
Yeah.
Like so it was just shorten up everything a little bit. Yeah. It's like okay, and I did it. And I was like, oh, this is like the cleanest, most perfect haircut I've ever gotten. And I've been cutting my own hair for the past,
really
for the past 2.5 years. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Or for like past 2 years.
How much does a haircut cost for you?
Oh, it's really cheap.
Yeah.
But like it's. And I still don't want to do it, like, because
that's the most braggy thing I do. It's very affordable.
It's really cheap, dude. Like no, I should get a haircut. I should, even if it's every couple months. It's like I should just do it. But I hate doing it. It's so often. So I get like $20 haircuts, and it's from like this barber. It's a barber on Staten Island. I still go to. So whenever I'm at my parents' house, I'm like, I'll go get my haircut, because it's just the place I go to.
Is like an old Italian guy.
Yeah. More like you would think it's Italian, but then you hear him talk. It's like, oh, this guy's Albanian.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what every Italian and Albanian person is. It's like, oh, I thought this person was like off the boat Italian. He's off the boat Albanian. So it's the same thing. Same idea. So I get it there. And I'd say it's like not enough. 1 out of every 5 times I'm like, fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
And then the other times I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I guess it's better than my hair being annoying and in my.
I mean, for $20, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I will say that anytime I've spent like even $40 on a haircut, it's been like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even just spending a little bit of money like on a haircut.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, you're getting what you pay for.
The barber that I prefer to go to charges me like close to $60.
Yeah.
But it's a great.
So that's
haircut.
what I'll do before my wedding.
Yeah,
I'll go to a nice place, and actually, that's a really great point.
Yeah.
Is I will go there also before that.
Yeah.
Right before my wedding.
Yeah.
Just to see like, oh, this place is good, and I have to like try out barbers.
Well, there's a barber like on my block that I go to.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally like 3 doors down from my apartment. So
Right.
it's like, all right, and they do a pretty good job. But for something like that, for something like a wedding, I'm like, all right, I got to go to somebody I know and trust that I've known for years.
Mm-hmm.
So like, right now it's March, so maybe in like end of April, early May, I'll go to the more expensive guy.
Yeah.
And just to be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I want to like what I want to do is I want to get a part, and I want to like, and I've done it before, so I trust him. So my wedding's on a Sunday. It's upstate. We're leaving the Thursday before, which means I got to get a haircut on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I need to know that this haircut is going to last Wednesday through Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Right. No, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
What I could do too is like one of my best man, I know he can cut hair. Like, so I know I'm hoping that I don't need to ask him, but like if he could just like even the part just line it up a little bit with a straight razor,
like the day before, clean it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or like the morning of, I don't know.
Oh yeah, exactly. But and a cleanup, especially like if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's something that should be fairly simple.
Yeah.
For a guy who knows what he's doing. So even like you want to go, you go to the first guy to like set the groundwork.
Yeah.
And then your best friend can be like, oh, I can always touch it up. Yeah. So that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And it's Wednesday to Sunday.
That's a long time.
It is a long time, especially for when you want, especially to have it look like sharp.
Yeah.
Like for it to still look sharp. I'd say you're taking chances after Friday.
Yeah.
Like Friday, like the next day.
You're
it's
good.
always funny. Like I remember. It used to happen to me all the time, especially when I'd let my hair grow long and then I'd get it cut. I'd wake up the next day, look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'd forget that I got a haircut,
Yeah.
like pretty. And then the next day I was still like, this is looking good.
Yeah.
Then the next day I was like, this looks normal.
Yeah.
So like the third day after the haircut.
Yeah.
It's like, kind of looks.
Which for me would be Saturday.
So you might need that cleanup. You might need
One
that
part of
cleanup.
me thought it's only an hour and a half drive.
Yeah, you're right.
I was like, what if I just Saturday left?
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Nah, we have things going on. Rehearsal dinner.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's true.
It's only 3 hours of driving. You go Saturday morning. Yeah, you get there
for 4 hours.
Yeah, well, you can still see her that day. You just can't see her the next morning. So you bring her with you. Yeah, she'll go. You'll a little drive.
Do you guys have a date set?
Yeah, we do.
When is
ours is a Sunday also. It's
Nice.
March 30th of next year.
Nice.
Yeah, when's yours?
July 7th of this year.
Of this year,
Yeah,
July 7th.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lucky
Wow.
sevens.
Yeah. Right. I think that's my sister's anniversary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
7/7.
It's cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. That's good.
Imagine.
That's good, dude.
It's like,
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Be pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. So you know what we've been doing? I spent all yesterday. So you can. There's lots of social media about it, but like, if you have extra invites, you send them to like celebrities and companies. See what you get. So I spent all of yesterday.
That's really
Googling addresses.
Yeah.
So I found. So she went to Ohio State. I'm a big University of Miami fan. So we sent them to the athletic department of both schools. The Rock.
Nice.
Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Julie Andrews.
Yep.
She's a big Julie Andrews fan.
Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
Dick Van Dyke.
Ah, yeah.
Gotta
get him.
Gotta
get him to your wedding.
Yeah. I sent. We're sending one to
Dick
the
Van.
Mets.
Well, it's July's coming up soon, but Dick Van Dyke and Harrison Ford are. It's tricky. They might die by then.
Yeah,
they might.
Dick Van Dyke for sure.
Yeah, in that amount of time. Yeah.
It'd be funny. I sent one to. We sent one to Shaq.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Nice. Shaq would be awesome.
Yeah, he does respond.
Yeah.
From what
really?
I saw on social media people who send him stuff and who respond.
Dude,
with like an autograph picture or something like that.
I could see Shaq coming.
Yeah,
to your wedding. Yeah.
Who else?
What else is he doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck else?
Especially in July.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on.
Exactly. Right. The finals will have just ended.
Exactly. You know, he'll be needing something to do.
Yeah. Exactly right.
Come to the wedding. It'd be funny.
Ow! I just fucked myself in the tooth. Why did I do that? There's no reason. Nothing happened.
So those are the actual celebrities that we sent them to that I can remember. But then there's a bunch of like companies.
Yeah. So they might send gifts.
Wendy's, Burger King, Nike.
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Sprite, Snapple.
Right.
There's a few others, but like it's so our guaranteed minimum is 90 people. We have to have 90 people.
Right.
And then as of before I started doing that yesterday, because you can do it. Are you using the Knot?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's the way. So like it keeps account of all your guests, and then when you're ready to send out save the dates and invites, it'll create like a template for you. And they send you all the envelopes with those addresses on them. So it's pretty seamless.
Oh, great.
So when I started, we were at like, I think 93.
Right.
We are now at 126. Because I added like 18 companies and like a bunch of celebrities.
Oh yeah.
Like
we got to do that. Yeah. So what? Do they send like gifts?
Yeah, everything I've seen on social media, like there's an entire Facebook group dedicated to celebrities and companies. You can like it'll just you can get their addresses.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it'll be like a celebrity will send you like an autograph picture. Like the Obamas will send you a greeting. If you go to BarackObama.com, you can fill out like a form.
Wow.
And it tells you have to. There's a drop down. What it's for, if it's like a birthday, a wedding anniversary, things like that. And then you put your names and things like that. So the Obamas will do it for sure. The White House will do it. So like if you send it to the White House, like the Bidens will send it.
So it could be Trump by
the time. By the time you get married, it'd be funny if like you send it to the White House, but like you get married after
the election. Yeah.
There's like a coup, but there won't be any.
Right.
By then,
so it's like the first half of the letter is written by Biden, and the second half of the letter is written by Trump.
It's
like I can't believe what a lovely day for you and your wife. It's like you're both ugly.
There's a lot of backwards R's and stuff. What if by then it's like by the time you guys get married, you send it to the White House and you get it back? It's like King Trump.
Yeah, right.
He's taking over.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck this president shit.
Yeah, it's like golden glitter. Right. It'll.
Really funny because it was like one of those things that just like explodes.
Yeah, like it's my eyes. This is great information. Then.
Yeah.
So, what are the what do the companies do?
So they'll send you like gift cards. They'll send you
that's fucking awesome.
Like swag. They'll
yeah.
Sometimes
that'll be the only shirt I wear.
Yeah.
The only shirts I wear are either free or like from a, even right here. Yeah.
I saw stuff like sometimes it's like when you're like more like it's a little more specific. Like I saw a TikTok. It was like this guy. sent something to both Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah.
And they sent them like a fishing rod or something.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah.
So
it's an invite. You send an invite to them.
Well, I think a lot of people will send save the dates, but some people send invites. I was sending invites because we sent our save the dates before. But like,
right.
The thing is, you're paying for X amount of invites anyway. You might as well. You're probably gonna have extra.
Yeah.
So we messed up and like we got a bunch of extra envelopes.
Yeah.
Because like you got to pay
we have some extra save the dates. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
we do. Yeah.
Like so, use them and just send them to write out the addresses, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll send like 12 to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Just give us a bunch of.
We sent one to McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's.
Yeah.
Have
you gotten anything? No,
we haven't sent them.
You just did it.
Yeah, we just did it.
Yeah. Or you're just about.
So we'll see.
Ah, yeah.
Again, I'll tell you what.
Send me the link. Yeah.
There's a Facebook group that you have to request to join, so I haven't been accepted yet.
Right.
But it's like fucking. It must be everything.
This is great information. I'm always looking to monetize. So I want to monetize this wedding.
Yeah.
Get me
make it an event.
Get me some swag.
Here's where I don't think. I think I wouldn't send it. I wouldn't send anything to like comedians, like big time.
Yeah.
Like. Part of me was like, what about...
They would definitely come.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you send one to, like, Kevin Hart. Like,
right.
It sounds crazy to say this, but we're comedians. The degrees of separation between us and, like, a guy like Kevin Hart isn't as big as you think.
Right.
Like, I don't want to... It just feels weird to be the guy to be like, oh. And then, God forbid, what if, something happens in your career and, like,
yeah. All I have to do is you see Kevin Hart's like, oh, you're Mark Norman, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just the degrees of separation are too small that I'm just like I don't want to make it weird.
Yeah.
Because like, what if he gets it? He's like, who is this guy? And he's like, oh, he knows this person and this person and this person.
Uh-huh.
Or they're Facebook friends with this person. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
Louis J. Gomez.
Right.
Right. It's like, I guess we have mutual friends. Yeah. Man. Yeah. No. Shaq would be so cool.
What if Shaq came?
Especially both me and my fiance, very short families. So having Shaq there, it'd be so much bigger than all of us.
It's funny too because like if Shaq were to come to my wedding, it would just be like. I'd have to explain to all of my fiance's family that I'm not related to him because they're all white.
Yeah. They're like, "Wow, is that your uncle?" Like, oh no, that's Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm trying to think of like who would I want to be there? Okay, did you ever? There's this old Nick Swardson joke that I love, and he's like. I want to save up a ton of money, and then at the moment of my death, at the moment of my passing, I want that money sent to a random celebrity for them to show up to my funeral.
Yeah,
and then like you just picture people at your wedding, they're all sad, at your funeral, they're all sad and like, oh man, Nick was a good guy. I'm gonna miss him. It's like, is that John Stamos? I love that joke. He's like, it's like, when did Nick meet Uncle Jesse? What the fuck?
Just like a single tear.
Yeah.
Make it seem like he really knows.
Yeah. If I could pay someone to show up to the wedding and just pretend to know me, it would be great.
I'd want Kermit the Frog.
That would be so cool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah,
like do a little speech.
Yeah,
maybe officiate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to. So, are you gonna have somebody officiate?
Yeah.
Like somebody you know, or
it's my best man, and we'll have a rabbi as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you Jewish?
Alexis is.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say you were.
I'm a quarter Jewish.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm Jewish because I'm obsessed with the quarter.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of my coworkers. His wife is Jewish, and they did like a minister and a rabbi.
Yeah.
And he said it was expensive, but if you're going through like people,
Well, they're not going to give you a deal.
No.
Yeah. Well, basically, any getting the officiant generally is expensive. So if you're getting 2 officiants, then it's just twice as expensive.
Yeah. And like the officiants that he got, they're like they're together. It's like
a little team.
Yeah, they're a couple, and they're both.
They're a couple.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like they this is what they do.
Right. Imagine if they're having a fight.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Maybe you two shouldn't get married.
Yeah.
Take it from us. Yeah.
I officiated one of my buddy's weddings.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
That was a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's cool. Like I like attention.
Yeah.
As a comic, I was like,
it's a great set. You get some stage time.
Oh, listen, 300 people.
Yeah,
come on,
dress nice.
Yeah,
I'm sure you crushed.
When he asked me to do it, I was like, I'll do it, but I need 5 minutes up top.
Yeah,
and he was like, no, I was like, no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like I will be funny.
Right.
And then
Right.
So then it must have been like a week before, because I wrote out what I was gonna say and I sent it to the bride. I know her too. Like we're friends, so I was like, I just need you. I know my buddy's gonna be fine with it, but I need you to be okay with this, because I don't want to, And she was like, she approved it. And then the night before was the rehearsal dinner, and I met his mom for the first time, and she knows I'm a comic.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You're officiating the wedding, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You're a comedian, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Don't fuck this up."
Yeah.
And she's like Italian, and I was like,
"Yeah,
okay."
Yeah. Well, my brother and his wife are gonna have their vows renewed.
Okay.
And they asked me to officiate it, like to be the main dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, nice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this: like going into it, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking crush."
Right.
And when you get up there, you're like, "Oh, I should probably be a little more solemn."
Yeah. Give him some. Well, you have to. And just have to touch on the solemn, and then when you do hit the jokes, they crush.
Oh yeah,
Because I was the best man at my best man's wedding.
Yeah.
His first wedding. I was the best man, and I annihilated.
Yeah.
I did so well, but it was actually, I got pretty good advice from his first wife, saying like, it's not going to be too jokey, right? And I kind of actually I was young, so I needed a little bit of advice like that, because I was like, oh, I need to make sure I hit on the serious parts also.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, hitting on those serious parts made it so that when I would drop a joke, it would crush. It would, like, there was like this feeling of like, oh, that's so nice, and then I'd hit the joke.
Yeah.
Like it fucking nailed it, Like, so that's even I find this as a host. When it's easy to host, because you can always fall back on, how you doing, folks?
Yeah.
Like, you can always fall back on hosting. And with that, I could always fall back on, look at the lovely couple.
Right.
Like, so you could always fall back on that. But then when you hit the joke,
there's 2 jokes that I wish I had it recorded. I should have. I'm sure it's somewhere, but like, oh man, there's 2 jokes in particular that I did that I'm really proud of. And it's one of them is like, when you hit an inside joke, that like certain people get, but like other people can laugh at it too. That's when you know you've hit the right spot.
Yeah.
So my buddy lost a toe working on a car. Like something he dropped something on his foot, and he lost the toe. So I had a line, something along the lines of because her name is Jackie. I was like, Jackie, completes Paulie, you might even call her his 10th toe.
Wow, that's great.
It hit so hard, man. Holy shit! It was
so good.
And then
did you explain to the room? Nope. Oh, okay.
Nope.
So enough people just knew.
Yeah, enough people knew.
Yeah.
And then the best part was like there was a few people like. Most of the people that laughed were the people like the bridal party, because they know for sure.
Yeah.
I looked over at my buddy the groom, and he was trying so hard to hold it.
Yeah.
I had another line where, because they're both from Queens, and then they live in Long Island now, and I'm like, I said something along the lines of like, love will make you do crazy things, like move to Long Island.
Yeah.
Like something
which
like
that's nice.
Yeah, that's a timid joke.
It's perfect. Yeah.
So I listen. I would, if I could do it. Like,
but even that, it's like, it's kind of true. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll move to Long Island.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's kind of true that is also very like loving.
Yeah.
That they would move for each other, and also fuck Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could officiate weddings like as a job, I would do it. It's fun.
Oh, yeah. Fish, right. And I would love to like host a wedding, like
be the MC.
The MC, being the MC at a wedding.
I had a spot once. Somebody randomly hit me up, and I did a spot in like Woodside at like some like hookah bar, and like the DJ there was like, "Yo, man, would you be interested in hosting weddings?" I was like, "Yeah," and then he never got back to me. I would.
I'm sure it's a very.
They make so much money.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm sure they make a lot of money, and I bet it's like a closed knit community to some degree. Where like, well, for one thing, like our DJ, they have an MC.
Yeah.
So you'd have to you'd have to hook up with a DJ company, and then you're just the MC of that DJ company.
Right.
Which that doesn't seem crazy.
No.
Difficult. It's like, hey, are you
and
guys
the amount of money that
MCs?
they're charging now? Like, I mean, where are you guys getting married?
Long Island.
Where?
What's it called?
If
Crest Hollow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know Crest Hollow.
Yeah.
There's Crest Hollow. There's Fox Hollow. There's Crest Hollow. I think I've been there.
Yeah.
I think the best wedding venue, personally, in Long Island is
Crest Hollow.
yeah.
Yeah, but where else?
With Leonard's.
Leonard's. Okay.
Did you check out Leonard's?
I don't think so.
So, fun fact about Leonard's.
Uh-huh.
You're a Sopranos guy, right?
Yeah.
That's where Johnny Sack's daughter got married.
Ah,
that episode.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say that's where some guy got like thrown into a wood chipper or something. I was like, all right, well maybe it's good we didn't pick that one.
The episode where Johnny Sack's daughter gets married is at Leonard's in Great Neck.
Okay.
So again, the wedding that I officiated, it was there, and I was like, all I want is to stand outside and for the FBI to come in and take one of us away.
Right.
That would make my night. That didn't happen, but
is that what happens in the episode?
Yeah. Because Johnny Sack is in jail. Mm-hmm. They let him out for like a certain amount of time for his daughter's wedding, and then the end of the night comes, and then the FBI comes and brings him back. Yeah. Like before people can leave, he's like, they like have him in cuffs. It was a good episode.
Yeah. I love Sopranos.
That place is expensive though.
Leonard's.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. Or at least that's part. It's like it's a causation correlation where they picked that place because it looked insane for this TV show.
It was probably already pretty expensive.
And then they went up even more. Yeah.
Crest Hollow was cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys have all your vendors already?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
We got the photographer we did most recently, but we got the DJ and the flowers, and I think even the what's it called? The cantor, which is the
that's like the rabbi, right?
That's the rabbi,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rabbi is shored up. So yeah,
I've learned so much, like just like talking to people. Like I said, one of my coworkers is his wife is Jewish, so like they had to pay extra for a chuppah.
Yeah. Right. That's for the bachelor party. The hookah.
No, that's the hookah. The place that we're getting married, so it's a place called Feast at Round Hill in upstate New York.
Uh-huh.
So we went like in February to try the entrees, and you know who else is getting married there? Daniel Morton and Natalie Cuomo.
Oh wow!
Like the week after us.
Oh okay.
Yeah, we saw them up there. It was cool.
Oh wow! So they have a date set.
Yeah, it's like literally the week after us.
Yeah, I would have guessed that was never going to happen.
There's still time.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure this is going to be one of those clips.
No. No. People will at least have to watch the whole episode. That'll be the payment. Is you better have to watch the whole episode to hear us say that. Right.
Yeah. No, so like they had like all the things on the like the extra things you could pay for, like they had like some of the, I think it was the tables. I mean not the tables, the plates. Some of them have like a gold trim around them, so we're like you could pay extra for that. So at our place, it's like they charge you $300 for the chuppah.
Yeah.
Which is But like my buddy at work,
that was a big thing for us. Was it
expensive?
Not overly crazy expensive, but it was just an important thing for us for us to have to get. Yeah.
My buddy paid like a lot of money for it, and I was like, I would just not be Jewish. I don't know. That's,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Everything's expensive.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing is that one thing is like $1,200. Like, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, exactly. It changes your perspective on things.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like because if you're a wedding vendor, what are you like? You're gonna charge what you're gonna charge, and what are they gonna like? What are you gonna like? If you're a couple getting married, like, what are you gonna not get it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I I have plenty of theories on.
Yeah.
Like it's a conspiracy theory, which probably isn't true. But one place will be like, one photography place will be like, oh yeah, that'll be $9,000.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy. And then the next place you talk to, they're like, yeah, $3,500, and you're like, what a deal. And then I have a feeling those photography places call up each other. It's like, all right, today you say you're 9,000, and then tomorrow we'll say we're 9,000.
Yeah.
And it's like, nice.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because when we were looking, the one thing that I was like, I really want a videographer. Mm-hmm. Like, are you guys doing one?
Yeah, we're doing videography.
Because this is for me. My aunt got married like 30 years ago, and I used to watch the wedding tape every year because it was like a nice little time capsule.
Yeah, for sure. 2,
you seeing people that when they're still young and like, oh my god, remember that. And 3, it's just it's like it's hilarious.
Yeah,
like it's just fun to watch. So like I was like, I need that.
Yeah.
So like we were calling,
especially back then, right? Everyone has ridiculous haircuts that you're like, what the fuck's that?
Like I was 9.
Uncle Larry's used to have that haircut. Yeah. Like
especially like I would give anything to find my aunt's wedding tape from 1994.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's such a time capsule. Mm-hmm. You know, she got married at a place on Astoria Boulevard.
Oh.
Astoria World Manor. It's still there.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks the same.
Yeah.
Like, so I that was the one thing that was important to me. So like we were like calling around and like getting recommendations. So there was a guy that I reached out to, and he was like, yeah, you know, I want to sit down. I like to get to know the couple. Let's have a Zoom meeting. And I was like, all right. So like I forgot what it was, but we had like just a limited amount of time. So like I rushed home and we got on Zoom and we did the whole thing. And it was like an hour-long Zoom meeting. And then afterwards, he sent us the pricing, and I was like, "What a fucking waste of time!"
Yeah,
like I'm not paying $6,000
for just the video.
Just the video.
Yeah,
and mind you, it was like for X amount of hours for a highlight reel and like something else. Mm-hmm. And I was like, the only thing I really want, honestly, just send me 2 videographers and give me the raw footage. Right. I can edit everything myself. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I want drone shots. That's all I care about.
Did you find that? Did you find
yeah. So we ended up finding a place really affordable.
Yeah.
Well, affordable, all things considered. Like you said.
Within the same price range as everything else.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what I was like. I was like, everything's $3,000. So as long as this thing is $3,000, then that's fine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we were able to negotiate it because we asked for 2 camera people for 7 hours. And I don't think we asked for a highlight. Maybe they gave us a highlight video, like a 2-minute highlight video. And then I was like, give me the raw footage.
Yeah.
I want because I think they give you like a
flash drive.
Like a flash, something like that with like all the footage. I was like, that's all I want. Mm-hmm. And I'll just make edit. I will make edits for the rest of time. Just
right.
Just like all the, because there's gonna be tons of shit.
There's no rush, right? Yeah. Like especially with that, like it's more just for the time. It's for your time capsule, and you don't. It's not like you have like, oh right, I got to make this video for this show that I'm producing. It's like, oh no, it's just for your life.
Yeah. I remember I went to a wedding, and then the wedding was so bad. Mm-hmm. That we left and went to my friend's house and watched the video from his wedding.
Yeah.
Which was much better.
Right.
Like
right.
A good wedding video.
To have a better taste of wedding in your mouth. Yeah.
Like that wedding, I was a groomsman in that wedding, the one we went home to watch. Mm-hmm. And there's a point where you don't see me. Like I'm there.
Yeah.
And like it's cool. Like, and then there's a point where you don't see me ever again.
Yeah. Why?
Because I got drunk.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go.
Like I had been drinking Hennessy.
So they didn't put the camera on you because they're like, You know, we don't need to remember this part.
To this day, they got married in like 2016. There's still people telling me that I did stuff at that wedding that I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. The Donkey's Mouth podcast with me and Nick Cara. QED, we host Leap of Faith once a month, and I host Hot Ones every first Friday at Kilo Bravo in Brooklyn. I host trivia all around New York, so just follow me at Funny Man Stan.
Well, so that's sports and stuff. We talked a lot about weddings and stuff. A lot of stuff. But we talked about some sports. Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal's coming to the wedding, so that's sports. Yeah. But thanks everybody for watching and subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.